You can see when I click here, and in the formula bar here, you can see what he's writing. He's writing G4 plus H4 plus I4, right? You can check it here, or if you want, you can even click here and press F2 key, the function key F2, right? So see here, G5, H5, I5. Similarly, when you click here and press F2, G6, H6, and I6. So what is happening? See, G4, H4, I4, G5, H5, here, G6, H6, G7, H7. So what is happening? You remember we clicked here and then we dragged it down to copy the formula, right? So he's changing all the addresses from G4 to G5 to G6 to G7 and so on, right? So it means that this is a relative referencing. So you come down, when you click here, it's finding the sum for this. When you come here, it's finding the sum for this. It's known as a relative referencing. Do remember that, okay? So let me repeat once again. These are the numbers. These are the text. These are numbers entered as text. These are the dates. These are the numbers again. And this is the formula. Now let's move on to functions, right? I want to find the average of these three. I want to write it here, right? So I won't be writing a formula for that. I'll be writing a function for that. Now, what is the difference between a formula and a function? A formula, you say, for example, you write G4, H4, I4, right? You have written it yourself. But this function is an already written, pre-written code, okay, for you to make it work easier, right? So here we'll be using a function for average. So what is the name of the function? Average. Okay, you can see he gives you some hints also down here. So we are picking up the first one from this list, okay? Equal to average, and when you click on, when you press this left round button, in
parenthesis, open bracket,
left round bracket, he's expecting the numbers here. See here, number 1, number 2, and so on. You can guess it from the hint, right? So what I have to average, I want to average these three. I want to find the average for these three. Okay, so I just click and drag it till here, right? You can see he has written G4 to I4. Now let me tell you one more thing, that this G4 to I4, there is a colon in between. This thing is known as a range. Okay, so now what is the range? G4 to I4. Okay, then we need to end this round bracket and press enter, right? So this is the average, all right, is equal to average, and then G4, H4, I4. You can click and drag it till here, and then close the round bracket and press enter. Okay, so we find the average. Now you click and drag it till here. Same way, relative referencing, this one would be the average of these three, this one would be the average of these three, and so on, right? All right, next we move on to percentage. And please listen to this thing carefully. We'll be facing one problem here, and then we'll learn how to get rid of it. Okay, so let's see. We want to find the percentage. And what is the percentage? As you know, percentage is the total marks divided by the maximum marks into 100, right? So we have the total here. We have already found it. Okay, and the total marks or the maximum marks, they are here. Into 100 we'll be doing, right? So let's see, equal to, you know that all the formulas and functions, they start from equal to sign, right? So equal to total into 100 divided by the maximum marks, right? So these are the maximum marks, right? Let's press enter. So we get a percentage, right? This is the percentage of this first child with this total and this maximum marks, and we have done into 100. I press F2 to show you the formula again. See this, the function again. So this is it, okay? We press enter, and here we are. Now let's copy it down the way we have done it here, right? By clicking on the fill handle. Here is the fill handle. We click and drag and see what happens. There is a division by zero error, right? You can click here and see this is J4, this is G11. But when we click and drag, it always follows the relative referencing, right? So when we go here, you can see from J4 he has done J5, which is perfectly fine. You can see this cell being colored. And this G12, see down here, it goes to the next cell for total marks also. And similarly, when you double click here, it is G13 here, right? So it's going down from here as well, which we don't want. So what we want is, we'll be fixing this G11 cell. I want to fix G also, I want to fix 11 also. So how to do that? We'll be putting a dollar sign next to this, similarly a dollar sign next to this also, right? And we press enter. Okay. Now, what we have done actually is that we have fixed this cell. We don't want that this should follow the relative referencing style. Okay. So we click here. Now, again, we click on this fill handle, click and drag it down. Now you can see it's doing it perfectly. Now let's find out what he's doing. Press F2. He's writing G11 here, right? Similarly, see G11 again, G11 again, G11 again, right? So that means he has fixed this G11 cell for us. So that's why we are able to find this. And you can see J4 will change. If you come here, it's J5, it's J6, but this G11 remains the same. So what is this thing known as? This thing is known as an absolute referencing. Absolute referencing is also known as a fixed referencing. Fixed means that we fix one cell, right? Like for example, here we fix this G11 cell, right?
You have learned many functions in Excel. Sir has taught you many things. So we proceed further. We want to learn how to save a file. Now we should click on the Office button, and then there is an option Save. Click on that. Here it prompts you about the file name. Okay. By default, it is giving a file name as a book1. So you can change this name to any appropriate name that you want. Suppose this is a compile sheet of 9th A or 9th standard. So you can just name it as a compile. Okay, and click at, and you can even choose the folder in which you want drive and the folder also. Suppose you want to save it in the tutorial folder which is already made. So you can choose a folder even. So click at open and then click at the save button. Now this file has been saved in the tutorial folder. Now there is an article or topic how to open a new file. Suppose you want to finish with this and start with a new file. So you should click at the Office button, click at the new, then you can choose blank workbook, then click on create. Okay, now this is how to create a new workbook. Okay, now next topic is how can you open the same file which you were working with, which you have already saved. So we remember that our file name was class9 or something. So we can go to file again, click on the open button, compile, the name was compile. Okay, the file name will be displayed. This is in the folder tutorial. The file name is displayed, and where you can click on open button to open the same file. So this shows you the same contents of the file which you were working with. Now we learn some options with the sheet tabs. Like down you can see there are 3 sheets open, sheet 1, sheet 2 and sheet 3. So we want more sheets. Suppose you're working with the 4 sections, 9th A, 9th B, 9th C, 9D. So you'll require 4, or you may require many files open here. So you need to insert some more sheets. So here there is a button, and when you take the pointer onto that, this is the sheet tab area. When you take the pointer here, it will show you insert worksheet, and the shortcut is also given shift F11. So we click on this button. Now we see a new sheet has been added. And next is you want to resequence the sheets. Suppose this sheet 4 was required in the beginning. Okay, so what you can do is you can drag and drop from anywhere. Now you can see the sheet 4 has been shifted to beginning. Suppose you want it back again, so from there only hold it and drag and drop anywhere in the sequence. Suppose now it is at the second point. This is how we can move the sheets. Next is we can do many operations with the sheets. When you right click on the sheet tab, it shows you insert, delete, rename, copy, move. Then view code is also there, protect also is there. We can give the password to the sheets. Then we can hide the sheet also. So this type of, even we can color the sheet tab. Okay, so this type of options are there available, and we will learn few of these. Suppose delete, you want to delete a sheet which is not required, so sheet 4 is still blank. Okay, so we added it just to practice. Now you want to delete this sheet, so right click and click on the delete button. Okay, you can see the sheet has been removed. This is how we can remove extra sheets which are not required. And then there is a rename. Suppose sheet 1, you want to rename this sheet as term 1. Okay, right click, then the option comes in rename, then the pointer will be shown in the sheet tab. Okay, there you can delete the previous name and give a new name. Suppose we thought of giving a name as term 1, so I'll be typing here term 1. You can see the sheet name has been changed to term 1. Now the file workbook name is compiled, and we have 3 sheets in that: term 1, sheet 2, and sheet 3. So next is we right click again and see what further options are there. Then there is delete, we have already done. Insert also, suppose we want to insert a sheet before this now, so we can make use of this insert command. Okay, so it will ask you what to insert. We select a worksheet, click at OK. Now you can see the sheet has been inserted before term 1. So it is not always that the sheets can be inserted in the end only. So we can insert the sheets anywhere you required in the workbook. Then is a tab color. Suppose you want to change the color of this tab, which is given name term 1. Right click on this sheet tab again. Then this is a tab color and select some color. Suppose I select a red color. You will find, just see here, the tab color has been changed to red. Okay, so similarly you can right click on any of the worksheet and try using insert, delete, rename, move, copy. Then you can give try using protect sheet also. It will prompt you for the password. Okay, and you have to apply the same password to open that file. Otherwise nobody can open this file if it is a protected one. And you can try hiding also, so you can try all these various functions. Okay, next, suppose we want to give ranks to the students. Okay, so for giving ranks, the student getting higher percentage should be placed up. So we want to resequence the number of students based on the percentage, and that also in some order. Here we will require the order higher to lower. Okay, so we want to sort the range actually. Okay, so we'll have to select the range first, like I am selecting the whole range which is to be sorted. Then we click on the data option, and then there is an option given sort here. Okay, and if you see this dialog box, it is written, first thing you have to specify that sort by means what is the main field by which will decide the order. Here it can be total, or it can be average, or it can be percentage, because all these are based on the marks. So okay, we choose percent. We want to choose percentage, so we click on this drop down and choose the heading as percentage. Now order. We wanted to give ranks, so higher percentage should come up. So the order could be the largest to smallest. Okay. Then click at OK button. Now you can see, now just watch, the order is roll number wise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because different students have got different percentage or different average, so this will be shuffled. Okay, so we click on OK button. So just watch, the roll number 2 has come on the top. Why? Because the percentage of roll number 2 is 70, is maximum. So the order has been made based on the percentage 70, 60, 56, 56, 56, then 46. Okay. So this way we can give the ranks. So if there is a column rank, then we can fill it manually by writing 1, 2, 3. Suppose the list has been resequenced on the basis of percentage, so I can manually enter there 1, 2 and generate the series by selecting both and then by using the drag handle. Now you can see the ranks have been given.